I was on a really good pace. Yeah, there were some pretty shitty guidebooks from that era for sure, Zello. The Final Fantasy IX guide. That was a guide, man. I've seen some pictures and people talking about it. There's some interesting things with the fucking guides out there, though. Like, no, that pace wouldn't be super hard to replicate again. And again, my goal is not super lofty. Can you get out of my way? I remember reading the Twilight Princess guidebook, which it's a really good guidebook for information. And, like, it's a hardcover, which is really neat. I'm just not reading my input there, what the hell? But they say, like, the final boss of that game is the hardest, and it's like, the final boss of that game is not very difficult at all. Which, to be fair, I don't think any of the bosses in Twilight Princess are particularly good. I think the Arbiter Grounds boss is kind of fun because of the way it uses the top, but it's more of a cinematic fight than it is, like, a skill-expressive fight. The Mario Sunshine one helped me out a lot. It's kind of a game that wants it because of how many fucking blue coins there are in it. They also had a tendency to massively overrate how difficult certain shines in that game were. One day I will play Final Fantasy X, and I think I'll stream it. Kind of the Final Fantasy that I think I most need to play, along with 5. I've played, like, about halfway through 5, but I've only ever played, like, an hour and a half of 10. I'll make my own judgment call on 12. I don't expect I'm going to be a Dreambaum about that game, I'll say that much. Although that being said, Dreambaum shouts the glories of Vagrant Story, and I could never get into that game. I don't hate job systems in games, but I do think that there are ways that they make games worse. I don't like job systems in games where, like, I care about the characters, because then it makes them blend together. Yeah, I don't want to... God, Xenoblade 3's fucking class system is so bad. Classic example of a game where the job system kind of makes it worse. I can deal with offline MMO style combat. I mean, I like Xenoblade 1 and 2, so... Although, I do feel like a strange iconoclast in that I like Xenoblade 1 and 2, and I really don't like 3. Which seems to be an anomaly in that series. Build had some interesting things, but also had some things that looked like I wasn't gonna like them. But I also didn't own the game until a couple of years ago, and by that point my backlog expanded a little bit too much. It's mainly like the license system I thought looked odd. I really do need to play 10 first, though. Kill you. Lost a hit there. A friend of mine who played most of the Final Fantasies... Oh shit, I did it again. A friend of mine who played a lot of those Final Fantasies basically described it as it's better than the fan base tends to say it is, but it's also worse than the critics said it is. Because like the critics fucking loved that game, and then like a lot of people didn't like it because it was such a radical departure from previous games, you know, the MMO style. There's a little glitch there. You can confirm, cancel, confirm on that text box and get EXP from this quest multiple times. 2 is easy, 3 is kind of difficult. Yeah, Final Fantasy's weird for me though. Like, I'm not insistent on the idea that the series died at a certain point, but I will also say I only played up until 9 before Strangers of Paradise, or Stranger of Paradise. I did put in like probably 80-90 hours into 14, and I don't like it. It's about the only game I insist was a bigger waste of my time than Xenoblade 3 in the last couple of years. There are things I like about it. It's just I didn't particularly enjoy the gameplay, and I think it's too damn full of cutscenes. I don't care how quote-unquote good the writing is. Although, to be fair, most of that was me getting through ARR, which I think even most of the fan bases agrees is not very good and it's not aged well. But, like, I got a few hours into Heavensward. It's like, maybe someday I will give it another go. Maybe someday I'll give it another go. Once I've, like, gotten, you know... Once I've distanced myself enough from the sheer 100-hour waste of time that those first 100 hours or so were. Gone, vile worms. Oh my god, get out of the way. Yeah, the back of chests, like, has a very slippery hitbox. It's really annoying. Alright. Where are you, you demon? There you are. There you are. Holy shit, I didn't even need a safety save. Alright, I did buy the mirror. Okay, this should be a gold. This should be a chunky gold. Alright, later, Zella. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Yo, first try. Hopefully they put actual work into the characters for Octopath too. God. Outside of the fucking, you know, the skits or whatever its equivalent was, like, there was such little interaction between the characters that it's like, why did we even bother having 8 different characters? Why didn't we just do a Live Alive kind of thing, where they're just pretty separate stories altogether? Or Saga Frontier. Probably. You're not wrong there. That's the thing I'm not a big fan of. When developers, like... They don't try to make improvements on a sequel, so they just go with an if it ain't broke approach. Don't need to change too much, but like... Yeah. Yeah, just do whatever you did with Yasunori Nishiki. Like, that's the one thing I will ask. Like, whatever setup you had that allowed him to compose a soundtrack that fucking good, just let him do it again. That's my one thing that I hope they keep the same. Not necessarily the same music, obviously, but like... whatever they did to enable him to compose that soundtrack as good as he did. Because that's the one area of that game that I think is wholly very good. I always make a little movement slip up here. And a little miss menu there. I like Octopath in two regards. Good soundtrack, good core combat system, even if it is fairly exploitable in some ways. And it's kind of too front-loaded. And that was enough to get me to speedrun it, because those are the only things you have to, you really have to keep in mind with the speedrun. I feel like it got almost everything else wrong. Like, the lighting in that game is really bad, so it kind of just doesn't look good. Thankfully the PC version at least allows more options than the Switch version did, but if you're outside of like the US, I probably don't recommend the Steam version on the basis that Square can kind of price gouge a little bit, or a lot of it. Yeah, not like that kind of bit, which really sucks because it's like, it's not taking into account regional pricing. Makes it very unpopular in certain regions. The game got absolutely review bombed in China. Because in China games tend to be priced quite a bit cheaper. I mean, that game's launching at $70, and I think almost everyone who's looked at it is like, you're charging $70 for this? It's like, it's funny too, because it's like, Square seems to express a lot of faith in that game, for a game that the reaction to the trailers is almost comedy at this point. It's like, this is the game you want? Like, you didn't do shit for stuff like Neo Twoey, Dio Field, you know, half of your fucking 2021 and 2022 games. You're just releasing them because you have them. I wholeheartedly recommend Trails, at least up until like Cold Steel 2. These mantises are going for a ride. Yeah, but they're not marketing them, so they're not making money. And then they sell off their fucking IPs for honestly below what they're worth. Oh my god. The fuck was that? This is a weird setup. I mean, Japanese businesses in general tend to have a very bad culture and bad understanding of market trends. So they can have problems with being stuck in tradition and not adjusting to the times. Which is a shame because it's like the ones that do good on that are usually succeed, so it's like, you know, I'm not sure why why the rest of the industry doesn't catch on, considering how many other Japanese industries are so much about frickin' following the leader. Looking at you, manga, anime. VTubers. Fucking no fucking thanks. Yeah, they're getting into that shit, and it's like, people don't want those. It's a very specific niche within fucking anything. Occupied by people who, like, have too much money on their hands. But, like, also, you know, people who have too much money on their hands aren't, you know, the millions of people who make up your sales numbers of your hits. Alright, I think it's one more hit and we're good. Let's go. Yeah, that's pretty tone deaf. Especially when fucking Ethereum was infamous for how bad it was for the environment. Apparently it's gotten a little better. Fingers crossed. But that's not enough to, like, convince me of really much of anything. I don't know. Crypto's stupid. I say this as somebody who bought and sold a small amount of it. Like, God, you feel stupid just owning that stuff. This was years ago, by the way. As soon as I saw pictures of those fucking mining rigs that people have, I was like, this is the biggest waste of electricity I've ever seen. Like, this is up there with fucking Christmas lights. No, it's just modern multi-level marketing, which is just modern pyramid schemes. It was a novel concept when it began, and, like, I'm not gonna fault it for having been made, at least the early stuff like Bitcoin, but... It's like, NFTs began as, like, an idea that, like, needed to be fleshed out more for it to have any sort of purpose. And, you know, its current iteration is not only, like, just butt ugly and, you know, really bad for the environment. To be fair, they're really bad for the environment. A lot of that has to do with just Ethereum in general. But encryption in general is just kind of silly. And it's just like, the people you listen to talk about it, like, they just sound like walking embodiments of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Like, even a lot of crypto people, like, people who are serious about crypto, think that NFTs are fucking stupid. It's kind of funny. It might actually be a good thing that the symbol of NFTs are fucking the Bored Apes. Because, like, they make it look as unappealing as possible. I mean, to be fair, that's nothing new with the internet. Just have a whole generation of people who got into the internet, like, after the rest of us did, where we learned that, you know, not everyone on the internet is honest. Oh yeah. I mean, I got into the internet in like 2005, 2006. It's like I learned that shit pretty quickly when somebody told me in fucking Tactics Arena Online, if you press F5, you can access a free unit, and so I did. And then I never got my free unit. And I was like, but he said I could get a free unit. It's like, that refreshes the page, and this is a browser-based game, so refreshing the page makes you automatically quit. And then from then on, I learned, you know, never have too much trust in people on the internet. I'm a trusting person. I believe it's okay to trust, you know, people. Just be careful what you trust them with. I can trust that some random Joe Blow on the internet is telling me some random useless trivia fact is probably true. I can trust that they're probably telling the truth, or at least not telling me this in bad faith. But if it's like really important stuff, like financial information, I'm gonna double check your source. If it's, you know, information about, like, a group of people, I will fucking double check your source. Because there is so much that people have that they say that's just in bad faith. It's like, if you lie, then and I find out you lied, it's like, that's a bummer, but if it's a lie that, like, doesn't hurt me that much beyond the fact that I was lied to, then, you know, I can move on from that. Nice. And I'm closer to the door here, so that saves a little bit of time on the next split. My only experience with that sort of thing with Blizzard games was Warcraft 3. But even then, I played Dota, and the client for Dota was Garena, which that has its own issues. I don't recommend Garena. I'm not sure it's still around, but if it is, don't use it. It fucking sucked. Man, I took the wrong path again. God damn it. Hey, what's up, Megami? I've been on the cusp of a decent-sized PB for a while. So, if I can get a 44, that would be awesome. Oh, neat. I don't know, the first thing that came to mind on that was like, I can't imagine. It's like, I'm just waiting for the stupid Neil deGrasse Tyson tweet about how it's not a big deal or some shit. It's like, why am I even thinking about this? Like, man, this guy's already won. He makes me waste brain power thinking about what he potentially could say. Yep, you know what? Fuck you, Neil. Wow, that was a really good Conslard. Damn you, butter chests. Dude, I'm on 43 pace. What is this? I really need to pee. Can we please be done with this run really soon now? I'm like forgetting at what part of the run I'm even on. This is also the wrong path, but whatever. Tune is a bop. What can I say? Sorry about that. Fuck, what am I doing? Choking. We're choking. Oh my god. Somebody call an ambulance. He's choking. I know. I have genuinely been, like, extremely lucky with this stupid thing. I have not caught COVID once. As far as I'm aware. Despite having plenty of exposure to it. I'm about 5 months removed from my third needle. Honestly, I used to get colds all the time. I haven't gotten colds in years. The worst I get is, like, really bad allergies. And thankfully, like, that's a thing that, like, because of masks, incidentally, I, like, also don't have as bad of allergies. And it's one of the reasons I'm expecting this coming spring, like even with places that I probably wouldn't need to mask up, I'll probably still end up masking up. Like, not even for COVID, just for allergies. I hate that there are people who just, like, they'll try and, like, flex on others, like, saying, you don't need to be wearing that mask, we don't need that shit around here. It's like, the fuck do you care? Am I somehow more dangerous to you for having a mask on? Like, eat a dick. There, that's how you fucking do this. I guess I'm kinda glad that run died, because now I have an even better one. Full damage I just took there. Lovely. I know this is gonna lose me time, but I don't give a shit. I want that 43 more than I want like the best PB I can get. Let's go. Dark back? More like dark fucked. Okay. Light opinion. Somebody made that joke at Limit Break. I think it was Pulse, but that was pretty good. Now that crushed. That's probably about as good as... I think like sub 43 is about as good as you can get with this route. Maybe a little better. I did have a lot of little slop here and there, but that was really good. So I bought Delphi, I bought Dowolf, I bought Tsuki. I mean, record is like a, what is that, a 37 or something? Something ridiculous. $37.24 by Korzik. Alright, so a 43.28 puts me at 12th overall. Even Bob Clapdoor. Interesting. So they play in Japanese, which saves time. They play on the original Chronicles version, which saves time for some silly reason. They do level 1 Jinokus, which saves like 2-ish minutes. So, gosh, probably like 4 minutes off of that alone. And then just really, really good. And original Chronicle, or original complete version. Or no, original Chronicles version, not Chronicles Plus. This is Chronicles Plus. Original Chronicles version saves a bunch of extra time as well. So yeah, it's like 4 minutes, and then just crazy good execution, really good luck on bats. It's a grind to get for sure. No safety saves. Just practicing out the fights. Like, Korzik gets, I think, a 2 cycle on the breakfast heads. I got a 3 cycle, so that's additional time. Just perfect understanding of how to beat Pinball Wizard. I probably lost 10 seconds there to record. I lost a few seconds on New Kilger. Really good menuing. Perfect understanding of Darm Tower saves you a few seconds. I had my share of mistakes in that run for sure, but relative to the route, this is very good. So that's gonna pretty much kill this game for me. I could do better than this for sure, but like that would involve getting good at level 1 Genokris, or level 2 Genokris, so bleh. Fuck that. Alright, thanks all for watching. That was kind of just, you know, the practice that I did for Limit Break panning out and, you know, coming to fruition, so I'm happy with that. Alright. I'll post the bragging picture to Twitter, and then, yeah. As far as what game I want to learn next, not sure. I kind of would like to do 2, although 2 is longer, and I don't like Solomon's Shrine, but I do want to get that under wraps, so I have more East games. I did a good amount of learning Felghana years ago, but I kind of prefer the normal difficulty route, because I don't really like quick save jumps. Though I might learn very easy just because quick